Hey friends, and welcome to my Tuesday Night Live. We are a little bit late tonight, but we still made it in with just a little bit over 5 minutes ahead of time. So I'm going to go ahead, and tonight we're going to talk about confidence and why confidence actually does not come first. Ooh, that's a big one, isn't it? Because when I originally thought of starting this program, I thought I was going to be teaching confidence. But I'm not just teaching confidence anymore. I am teaching why confidence is an outcome, not a prerequisite. Okay? So let me say this. Confidence is not something you find. There's a lot of people that teach that, okay? It is not something you find. It is something you collect, one piece of evidence at a time. So I want to challenge something we've been taught for many, many years. Confidence isn't something you find. It's something you collect. Like I said, one piece of evidence at a time. I think most of us have spent years looking for confidence like it's hiding somewhere. It's not hiding. We think when I lose weight, I'll be more confident. When I know more, I'll be confident. When I stop being nervous, I will be confident. When I have that perfect plan, and I put that in quotes because we know we cannot have a perfect plan, I will finally be ready. And that is a big one that I struggled with for years. And I'm guessing there's some of you right now. I know there's some of you right now that was a gut punch because it is so true. We say, when I have the perfect plan, I will finally be ready. When I have the perfect planner, I will finally be ready. When I've found the perfect diet, I'll finally be ready to lose weight. But what if confidence was never hiding? What if it's been waiting on one thing? Evidence. And that is really where I'd like to start teaching, is evidence for confidence. Because I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Most women believe confidence comes first, like we said, and it doesn't. Evidence comes first. Think about learning to drive. The first time you got behind the wheel, were you confident? I know I wasn't. Probably not. You were nervous. You checked the mirrors 5 times before you even started the car, right? Okay. Your hands were glued to the 10 and 2 on the steering wheel. But after driving hundreds, maybe thousands of miles, you don't even think about it anymore. Did confidence magically appear on a Tuesday afternoon? No. You collected evidence by all the driving you did, the hundreds or thousands of miles over time. The same thing is actually true with almost everything. Say you are a content creator. Posting that first reel feels kind of awkward. Doing that first live feels terrifying. That first difficult conversation you had might have made your stomach hurt. The first boundary you set might have felt selfish. But every time you do it, you collect another piece of evidence. I survived. I learned something. I can do hard things. I didn't quit. And here's where I think a lot of us actually get stuck. We think confidence comes from success. Okay? How many of you think confidence comes from success? Put a 1 in the comments if you tonight thought confidence comes from success. Well, I don't think confidence comes from success anymore. I used to think that. I think confidence comes from staying. Because if you quit after one awkward reel, you never collected the evidence from reel number 2 or 10 or 50. If you quit after one bad workout, you never collected the evidence that you would have if you had come back. If you start over, every time discomfort shows up, you keep throwing away your evidence. Pardon me, my hair is bugging me, so I need to put it up. So, let's go further here. Every time you stay, okay, let me start that over. Every time you stay, you collect another receipt that says, I can trust myself. Excuse me. And I actually love the word receipt because I instantly understand what it means. I don't have to convince myself anymore. I have proof because I have receipts, because I stayed, and that is my receipt. Does that make sense? Here's a big one for you. Maybe, just maybe, confidence is not something you've been missing. Right? Maybe confidence is not something you've been missing. Maybe you've just stopped collecting evidence. And maybe tonight, you don't need more confidence. You just need one more piece of evidence. So, waiting to feel confident can keep you stuck. I know it kept me stuck for quite a while. One of the biggest lies, again, this is a huge lie we tell ourselves and we tell others, is that confidence comes first. It does not. It is not like confidence come first and then one day we're just going to wake up and suddenly feel ready to post, ready to speak, ready to start the business, ready to go live, ready to apply for a new job, ready to have that difficult conversation. When you say it like that, it kind of is a little funny, right? Like confidence that makes sense. It's not going to come first because you've got to do things. You've got to build reps in order to get there, to get your confidence. So confidence is not the starting point. What if confidence is actually the result? Let me say that again. What if confidence is not the starting point, but is actually the result? How many times have you said, I'll do it when I feel more confident? Like we said, going live, that's a big one. That's a hard one for people. I was scared the first time I went live, and the first time I went live after not going live for a long period of time, but you build through reps. I'm no longer nervous like I used to be. You become more confident as you're losing weight. If you're doing a weight loss journey, and losing weight is your receipt and also helps you to determine and know what actually is working or not. Starting a business, you've got to just do it. Do it scared. Going to the gym goes along kind of maybe with losing weight. That first time picking up some dumbbells might be kind of scary. You weren't confident, but you still did it. Sometimes speaking up and setting a boundary too, like we said earlier. They don't come first. Confidence does not always come first. And then the second point would be confidence coming from evidence, which we've already kind of been talking about a little bit. Every action creates evidence. Your first reel, awkward. 10th reel, better. 100th reel, normal. Not because confidence magically appeared, but because you built evidence. And evidence says, I have done hard things before, I survived, and I can do it again. Because if you remember from some of our past lives, what does our brain want? Our brain wants to keep us safe, which is why it puts us in that cycle of starting over, because we know how to start over. We're just learning and building the reps of staying. And as we do this, we gain confidence because we have evidence and it's not scary anymore. And our brain is no longer trying to stop us. Now, most women never really build confidence. And that's kind of like, what? We don't build confidence? I mean, that's a big one. Most women really don't ever build confidence because they quit collecting evidence. Again, we go back to a bad post, a missed workout, a hard week, an uncomfortable conversation, and then they restart. And when they restart, they erase the opportunity to build evidence that will give them confidence. The event is not the problem. Remember, the meaning is the problem. The story we tell ourselves about the event is the problem, not the event. So we've got all these things going on. And if you are like me, well, really any age, you've been doing it one way your whole life. So don't expect it to magically change overnight. My cup looks really big on the screen when I did that, but okay. It's not going to change overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to take reps. It's going to take evidence, which gives you receipts. And that is how your confidence is built. Now, I've been talking a lot about staying, right? About what happens when we don't stay, what others are teaching us, what happens, how we lose confidence in ourselves. We lose trust in ourselves because we build self-trust through staying. So another reason staying matters is not because staying is perfect, but because staying gives you evidence. And again, confidence is built on evidence. So I don't think the most confident woman wins. I think the woman who keeps collecting evidence wins. Because evidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build. So let's work on becoming the confident woman who builds evidence that crosses over to build our confidence as well. If this conversation has resonated with you, I'd love for you to come join inside my group. That is where I do all of my challenges, or I like to call them experiences, master classes. The next master class will actually be on Sunday, July 12th. We will be talking then as well. And I wanted to tell you a little story to kind of tie this in, talking about evidence and reps and so forth. So I have been building my business, and I have posted 2 to 3 times a day, sometimes 4 times a day, across Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok since early April, as well as going live once a week. I have not been as good posting inside my group and on my business Facebook page, but I'm working on that. Anyway, it's not like I've gone viral or anything, but over the last week, I've noticed all of a sudden my YouTube views have gone down to like 0 or 2 or something like that. So, I was kind of like, what is going on? I mean, in the old version of me would have said, maybe I shouldn't keep posting. Something must be wrong with me and something must be wrong with my message. But now I recognize that's just the story trying to take over. So instead of stopping, I am looking at data, making a few adjustments, and continuing to collect evidence. Because when we went back and looked and realized that I'm wearing the same shirt in like 7 shorts in a row, short videos, I mean, that could be actually causing the issue. Not anything I did wrong. So I just used the data and the receipts I collected to try to figure out what's actually going on. So apparently I still practice what I preach. I try to do that. But I just want to make sure you understand that if you are not feeling confident right now, It's okay. It's an outcome, not a prerequisite. Okay? It's not something you find. It's something you collect, one piece of evidence at a time. The evidence would be your prerequisite to get the outcome of confidence. So thanks so much for joining me on this Tuesday night, the last day of June 2026. And I will see you next Tuesday night. And then remember, the masterclass is on the 12th, and that will be inside my group where the lives are now on my page and then posted inside my group. If you have any questions or anything, I would love for you to post them in the comments or feel free to DM me. And again, thanks so much and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. Bye.